This is the Dodgers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, that was fun, I think, right? Was that fun? It was funny. There was a lot of good there. A lot of good. 19-2, the final. A couple of big nights, a handful of them. Let's look at the details of this one. I don't even know where to start. I'm just baffled by this performance. Just an absolute rout that the Dodgers put on the A's. Shohei Otani, 2 home runs. Mookie Betts, 1 for 1. Walked twice with 3 runs scored. Rojas a hit. Freddie Freeman a couple of hits. Max Muncy with 3 hits and a home run, homering in back-to-back nights. Andy Pajes 1 for 3, left the game early. He had 3 RBI because the 1 hit was a home run. Chris Taylor coming in late was 0 for. Michael Conforto 1 for 5. Dalton Rushing, who made his major league debut, 2 hits, 3 runs scored. Even James Outman got not 1 but 2 hits, and that was after striking out early and looking just unbalanced, out of it, baffled, just disinterested, all of that stuff that James Outman has been looking like of late, just discouraged beyond belief, So we're going to get to the details about his night because I was chatting with his uncle during the game and we started texting before the home run. So the conversation was very different in tone before the home run compared to after the home run. And I believe something as simple as that kind of hit, this kind of night, can turn a season around, at least turn around an awful dry spell that James Outman has been in. I mean, he took his average from 59 to 143 tonight with 2 hits, and the slug is 500. So I'm sorry, 429, and the OPS like over 700. No, not 669. So 679. Why don't they just put the OPS there? It's such a big number. So we don't have to do the math. Anyway, a night like that can turn things around just like that for James Outman. Let's hope it does. And Hae-Sung Kim, 3 for 3 with 4 runs scored and 2 RBI. Again, 19-2 the final. The Dodgers 18 runs, holding the A's to just 3 runs. And I think you take away from this game the fact that it was, quote, a bullpen game because the starter was Matt Sauer, who went 4, gave up the 2 runs on 2 hits, struck out 68 pitches, which is the number they had predicted. I think they said between 65 and 70, and he got there on 68 pitches, 4 innings. Then Bonda came in, gave up a walk and a strikeout on 14 pitches, and then Robo finished the game off, 4 innings, 4 Ks, just 1 hit. So at that point, the game was long over. So it wasn't like Robleski was in any sort of tight spots. But, you look at this and you say, here's some good stuff that happened in a game that is completely a laugher, kind of meaningless, right? Yeah, winning 19-2 is the same as winning 3-2. But you see Muncy go deep in back-to-back games. That's good. For all you guys that were ready to DFA Muncy and let's trade him. He's awful. He's terrible. He's found it. He's not red hot, but he is... he's warm. He's definitely warm. He's heating up for sure. Again, 3 for 4 tonight with 4 RBI, the average at 207, and the slug about 660. So right at the same place James Outman is, with only 3 hits on the season. So That's good, right? To see Max Muncy find his way. Bottom of the lineup, kind of in general, looking good. I really like the way this bottom of the lineup looks with Hae-Sung Kim and Dalton Rushing. I wasn't the biggest Austin Barnes fan, in spite of him growing up and going to high school in the city where I live. And I just wasn't the biggest fan. I wasn't like, oh, it's so sad to see him DFA'd. Look, he had a great career with the Dodgers. Hopefully he'll get picked up somewhere along the line and have a few more years before he hangs it up. But I definitely think Dalton Rushing adds a dimension to this team. And I know you guys have asked for him and talked about him a lot. There's been a lot of question marks when anybody at the bottom of the lineup struggles, like James Outman or Chris Taylor or Michael Conforto. Why isn't Dalton Rushing in there? Well, he's there, and I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. He, as Michael says, proved he belongs. Totally agree. Just looks ready for the moment. I mean, he has been smoking down in Oklahoma City at AAA for a while. I mean, we've known his name for a couple of years. So the fact that he's here now, he makes his major league debut with a couple of hits and 3 runs scored. That's nice to see. You get him on the right side of things. You start off in a positive manner, so his mental outlook on Major League Baseball is not overwhelming to him. So he doesn't look the way James Outman has looked over the last 2 weeks, right? Where he just seems completely discouraged, pressing beyond belief, and second guessing every move that he does. Again, look at the Andy Paez situation. He turned it around in a weekend against the Pirates at Dodger Stadium and has been red hot ever since, batting in the mid to high 300s over the second 20 games of the season for him. So he started off like batting around 100, and then in a weekend he turned it around, and now he's batting 291, and the slug is 855, something in that neighborhood. So 8 home runs on the season after one tonight. So that kind of thing can happen. It's something that simple can change a guy's mental outlook, his approach, his confidence. So let's hope that James Outman tonight kind of shakes out the cobwebs, gets the monkey off his back. When I was texting with his uncle, he was like, it just, the whole family, his family, the Outman family, is like, we're all completely beside ourselves as to what's going on. It just doesn't look like James, and it feels like a trade or a DFA or something like that would be good for him to just get him a new environment, right? A fresh start, if you will. And there has been interest. The Chicago White Sox are interested. There are teams that are interested in him. But the thing is, the Dodgers really like him. It's not just Eric Karros that has a crush on James Outman. The Dodger organization is across the board. They all really like him. So they're not in any hurry to get rid of him from the guy. And, you see what he does. That effortless swing, the power is there. If he could find any rhythm, having him at the bottom of the lineup, not every day, but, on a regularity, lefty righty kind of a situation, bottom of that lineup with Hae-Sung Kim, Dalton Rushing in there, every 2-3 times a week. They said it's not going to be every night. Obviously, Will Smith's going to continue to catch, but Dalton Rushing can play the outfield, so they might find place for him. Obviously, Teo's not far away. Tommy Edmonds not far away. So those guys will be back sooner before later. But the bottom of the lineup, as it is with most teams, look, the bottom of the lineup is the bottom of the lineup for a reason. They're not the best hitters. So, you can't really expect the bottom of the lineup to be dominant, but it is nice when they contribute. If they can find some rhythm down there with some guys, that's going to be helpful. Let's do this real quick.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Did you see that boat race the Dodgers put on the A's last night? That's what you'll be talking about if you didn't watch this one. 19-2. And then after those 2 runs from the A's in the second inning, I don't think they got a hit for the rest of the game. So the pitchers came in and shut them down, and the Dodgers just had an onslaught of offense. I mean, a huge, what they put up? 7 in the third. And there's an interesting stat about that, which sadly I missed one key part to, but we'll talk about it after the break. And then the other funny and interesting thing about this game from the A's perspective is the closing pitcher for the A's, Johnny Pareda, struck out Ohtani on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball up. Obviously, it was a fastball. That's the only pitch he has. And then he asked for the ball. He threw the ball into the dugout. That was fantastic. That was the highlight of the game. Wow. That was a laugh out loud moment. I don't want to say it was the highlight. The Ohtani home runs and the Outman home run, Pajes, all the homers were pretty much the highlights for me. I am like chicks. I dig the long ball. Let's take the break. 19-2, the final. Dodgers improved to 29-15, 17-4 at Chavez Ravine. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Place to hang out when every game is done. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're into plumbing or you do plumbing for a living, HVAC, electrical work, whatever it is that you pay the bills with, Supply House is your reliable source and your way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done correctly the first time. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts, that's 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, to find exactly the part that you need to get the job done. And it'll be delivered fast from coast to coast. If you need help with that order, installing the part or something of that nature, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Masters program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it is your turn. Join the Trade Masters program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies in just a few clicks. Plus, if you use the promo code SH5, you'll get 5% off your first order. That is supplyhouse.com. Yeah, Dalton Rushing is the real deal. I don't think that any of us doubted that, but you could just see a calmness about him, a confidence about him. That first at bat was really nice. 6-pitch at bat. He battled, got a sinker, and got a base hit. So that was the third inning. Maybe not his first at bat, but it was his first base hit, his second at bat. He walked in his first at bat. So that was good to see. Shohei Otani hitting bombs on his bobblehead night. That's great for the Shohei Otani fans. I know that when, the guy that has the bobblehead night is hitting home runs, it just makes the experience more entertaining and memorable for the fans. And then Max Muncy, 3 hits, a blast of a home run. That was his third of the season. And it came in the, when did he hit that home run? In the first, 408. Freddie Freeman on board. That made it 3-1. And then Ohtani hit his first in the third inning. That 7-run third inning, 382 feet. Pajes homered in that third inning, his 8th of the season. That was a blast to center field. Down. It was a sweeper down, and he just blasted it 416 feet. Then in the fourth, Ohtani went deep again. That made it 15-2 in the fourth inning, 418 feet. That interesting stat about the onslaught of runs, 13 runs in the first 3 innings had not been done by the Dodgers ever, going as far back as 1974. That was a line of demarcation on when they started keeping a specific stat, but they were able to dig up that the record for the most runs in the first 3 innings by the Dodgers is 17. So it wasn't a record-breaking first 3 innings, but hasn't been done in a long, long time. So as kind of uncompetitive as the game was, it was entertaining and memorable. So it was fun, I guess you would say, all in all. Sometimes you look at a blowout win kind of the same way you look at a blowout loss. It's just like, okay, whatever, but tonight there was just a lot going on, and a lot of happy moments for the Dodgers, and things that could prove to be a bigger benefit down the road for them, like James Outman getting a couple of hits and resurrecting his batting average from 59 to 143, and his slug up to 429. He has 3 hits, 2 of which are a home run, and the third he inside outed over the shortstop's head. But Hae-Sung Kim is obviously a huge addition for this Dodger team as well. They're going to have to figure out, I mean, that could spell the end of Chris Taylor when Tommy Edman comes back, I think. I don't know. But, they're going to have to figure out a way to keep him around. You're not sending him back down to the minors. Obviously, Kike's not going anywhere. There have been rumors about Muncy being traded potentially. But I feel like that's just clickbait that I'm stumbling in on Google. So I don't feel there's a whole lot of truth there. Miggy Rojas, he's been hot. Maybe he could, his days could be numbered. Hard to say. I mean, obviously that's a guy that everybody loves. He is a future manager. He is a glue guy in the clubhouse like Austin Barnes was. And he's a great team guy. He'll play any position you want him to. He goes out there and pitches. And by the way, is it just me, or I have not seen this many position players pitching at the end of games in one season ever. I mean, it's like the 4th time Kike's pitched. Rojas has pitched a few times. Pareda pitched for the A's tonight in the blowout. I mean, I get it. I understand why they're doing it, but I don't recall seeing that many position players pitch this frequently as we've seen this year. So a lot of blowouts, I guess. And the Dodgers are a part of them on either side of things, so crazy series. They lose the opener. They get shellacked 11-1. Then last night, 9-3, and tonight 19-2 to wrap up the series win, and get ready for the Angels tomorrow. Quick story from the NBA. The Nuggets take game 6 in Denver to force a game 7 in Oklahoma City against the Thunder. Wow. I would not have predicted that would go 7. I have predicted the Thunder are going to win it all. And if the Cavs go down, which it looks like they are going to, then that's going to make the road a little bit easier for them. But, they still got to get past the Denver Nuggets. So that will be interesting. Celtics beat the Knicks yesterday, 127-102. New York still leads that series 3-2, and the T-Wolves take care of the Warriors, so they move on. When the Clippers lost, I kind of lost interest. I don't really watch anymore. I'll just look at the scoreboard and the box score and so forth. So I'll tune back in around the finals time. Same goes for the NHL. When they get to the Stanley Cup final, I'll be interested again. But again, no off day for the Dodgers. Angels in town starting tomorrow for a weekend set freeway series. We'll get underway at 7:10 Dodger Stadium. The probables are Dustin May versus Jack Kokonowitz. Again, first pitch 7:10. We'll be here right afterwards to break it down on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. We appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. They go Monday through Friday and give you 30 to 35 minutes. We come on right after the game and give you the instant reaction. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast. I am Pete Fox. We will talk tomorrow. Take care. Have a